Hello YouTubers and new chicken people. Today's video is going to be about how to set up a good chicken coop for beginners for your first time. This is just our backyard, a few of our chickens. So when my wife and I decided a year and a half ago to get chickens for our first time, we did what everybody does and went to YouTube to figure out what to do. And we set up our coop according to one of the videos, and I'm going to show you two specific things that we're going to change that cause some problems for us. So here's basically our setup. This used to be a playhouse, so I didn't have to build anything. It worked out really great. We just converted it to our chicken coop, put a little fencing around it. And what I'm going to do today is take out the old chicken coop, which I'll show you, all the old nesting boxes, and convert it. Here we have just a little area for some 3 new chickens that we're going to get ready to introduce in a few months. And there's some good bleach water and gloves because I'm going to give this coop a really deep cleaning. And just real quick, that door was already there on the playhouse, and I just took this other door off and with this pulley just set up a little guillotine door for them, you know, just like that, up and down, which it turns out we don't need to actually even use it anymore, because once the chickens are of age and they start laying in maybe 8 months, 10 months, they just sort of get in their own routine. The sun goes down and they just wander into the chicken coop on their own. You'll need to prompt them like a mother hen would a little bit to get them started, but then they do it on their own, so it's no big deal. Now, I've already swept out the old straw and stuff because it was really nasty and disgusting. You want to use pine chips. I'm not putting in a plug for Rosebud. Use whatever pine chips you want, or straw, but do not use cedar chips. Cedar fumes are very bad for the chicken's respiratory system. So you want to use pine or straw. All right, here's the inside, and I apologize ahead of time. This video is off my Samsung phone, so I'm going to try to do it in one take. Here's some other things you need to know. Chickens have to perch, that's what this branch is for, in order to rest. They do not sleep or rest normally in their nesting boxes. All right, so I apologize that these are all dirty and nasty, but these are coming out anyway. I've already scooped out the straw and dirty pine chips, but this setup is what we learned from a YouTube video, and we went to the shop and built this together, a little husband-wife project, and thought it was a great idea, but it's not working, and here's why. Chickens will only use their nesting boxes, obviously with the straw or pine chips in it, to lay eggs. They don't sleep in it. So what these chickens were doing is they were perching here, because again, they have to perch to rest properly so they can be productive. But as they're facing out, their vents, their butts were hanging out over this bin, and they were pooping right into their nesting boxes. Well, I guess that's kind of okay if you're going to continue to clean regularly and get the straw and pine out. But the problem was, because these are plastic, they were retaining moisture. And so as you can see, this is all stuck onto the plastic. And you have this moisture collecting where flies and other insects love to lay eggs, and that's right where the chickens are laying the eggs that you are planning to eat. Never mind the fact that their vents are a very vulnerable, moist, warm part of their body, and is a great place for eggs, mites, and other parasites to set up shop in your chicken, and that's disgusting. So we're going to take these, all set up, we had 6 of them here, and I'm going to dismount them from the wall altogether, and we're going to go with a new and improved plan, which is out here. What I did is I went to the local ranch store and bought some milk crates and took the handy Sawzall and cut the milk crates. I'll put this on the side so you can see it maybe a little bit better. Put in a little plug for Cal Ranch, I guess, at the same time. And cut them down at an angle so that you can see. Now, this milk crate is right about the right size for the chicken to sit in there, but it's also vented on the bottom, which will keep that straw and pine drier in between cleanings. And I'm going to put 1, 2, 3 of those in. We have a total of 7 chickens, but you don't need one for each chicken. They're only going to use the nesting boxes while they're laying the egg and the rest after laying, and then they're done. And out they go and they frolic around or do whatever chickens do, right? The other thing about this spent broom is I'm going to cut off the broom and use that as a new perch. And there's some old closet hangers that I saved. And what's going to happen is we're going to mount that broomstick onto those closet hangers to make a new perch. And we're going to have a cleaner set up. So once we go inside here, we'll only have one row of 3 milk crates, about where I'm pointing the camera now. And their perch is going to be below it. So they can perch and rest. And when they poop, that's going to go right on the floor on the other fresh straw and fresh pine chips. Much easier to clean up and localize. And it'll keep their nesting boxes clean, which is going to be right above the perch. I'm going to give it a real deep cleaning because we've got one chicken that's sick. And I don't want any more parasites or mites or any of that other nasty stuff living in here. So I've got some bleach solution. Just put about a tablespoon or 2 of bleach in that water. And absolutely I'm going to wear gloves and scrub the heck out of that whole thing and sterilize it, clean it up as best I can. And that'll be the end of that project. I hope you learned something. And if you're a chicken newbie like we were a year and a half ago, I hope this saves you a lot of time and cost setting up a good coop system that'll work for you while you introduce your new chickens to your home. So thanks very much and good luck with your new chickens.